The old claret jug would be lifted by 7 golfers this decade, but this momentous walk down the 18th fairway to the acclamation of golf's fanatical following would be enjoyed by many. All would play their part and have their stories to tell. Inevitably, the weather would play its part too. From the torrential rain and gales at Muirfield and Sandwich to the blistering heat and parched fairways of the long, hot summer of 1989. We've witnessed the remarkable these past 10 years. This is the American Lanny Wadkins playing the shot first at Royal Lytham.
Hello, we've done it. Oh, we've done it indeed. Well, would you believe it?
Bill Rogers at Birkdale, his second to the par 5 17th.
526 yards of par 5. It's in for an albatross too, a double eagle.
Sam Torrance, the Ryder Cup hero of 1985.
6 iron to the short 60. And believe it or not, the third televised hole-in-one at the 16th during this championship.
The Open's seen some calamities too. And that includes even great champions. Remember this newcomer's fall from grace in 1982? And the third-round air shot at Royal Birkdale that might have shattered a dream.
I think there's been far more said and written about it than really, in fact, happened because, first of all, we can't assume that all the shots played thereafter would fall in that same sequence. And secondly, if they did, who's to say I would have beaten Tom in the playoff?
There are those who've tasted but a day of glory. Carbonetti at Muirfield. Nick Job held court at Royal St. George's. That young American, Bobby Clampett, came and went at Troon. And in '89, Wayne Stevens led the greatest in the world. The Open has always been enriched by the legends of the game.
Well, he's done it.
Names that span not 1 decade, but 3 and 4. Men who live for the game of golf, and who live to entertain.
He said, could you give me a 15? He says, what's a 15? He said, 7 and 7.
Tony Jacklin became Open champion in 1969, when this youngster was only 11. His way of life would change this decade. His great rivals, too.
Come on, Nicky, baby!
We've seen humorous moments as well. Faldo gives young Parkin a lift at Sandwich in 1985. The court jester Lee Trevino and an intruder on the same fairway some 4 years earlier. This unwelcome guest was not so lucky. Remember Peter Jacobson leaving his mark on the Open with a rugby tackle? And the ball that didn't come to rest. David Graham's progress at Birkdale temporarily halted. Moments to savor in a decade that would confirm the Open Championship as the greatest in world golf. The 109th Open at Muirfield produced quite remarkable scoring in sometimes cruel conditions. But 2 men, both American, eventually brushed aside the world-class field. Tom Watson, a winner in '75 and '77.
And whoa, fortune favours the brave, they say. A touch of good fortune and a real birdie chance for Watson.
And Lee Trevino, who took the title the last time it was held at Muirfield in 1972.
And that looks a gem.
After 3 rounds, Trevino and Britain's Ken Brown trailed Watson by 4 shots. Trevino, who had once led Watson by 3 after 36 holes, dropped an early shot in this, the 4th round. But a birdie at the 8th took him back to 7 under. This is his second to the long par 5, 9th. A certain birdie. But that man Watson was charging too. He also picked up a shot at 7, and his second shot, here at the 8th, would give him another fine birdie.
Then a superb shot from Watson. That ball bit in and stops pretty quickly. At the 9th, he's missed the green, so this is third shot.
Great shot.
Oh, a marvellous chip. So that'll be 3 birdies in 3 holes. He's striding away. He's now 13 under par.
Trevino couldn't respond. Watson became a one-man show, almost an exhibition. His second shot at the 11th. And yet another birdie, his 5th in 6 holes. Trevino would finish second. Brown would fade away. Now Watson at 18 has this for a 68, his 3rd title.
No, just a little short. But Watson, with only a little tiny one to tap in, is the champion. Here it goes. A 69 today, a total of 271, and that's only 3 outside the record he himself set up at Turnberry 3 years ago. 13 under for the championship.
In 1981, the Open returned to the South Coast for the first time since 1949. And what about this? Nicklaus an 83 followed by a 66. Nick Job sharing the first round lead. Even the weather would play second fiddle to a largely unknown 29-year-old Texan who emerged to lead the field.
Up and over the top. Would you believe it? Oh, Rogers goes to 4 under par. And that puts him 5 strokes clear of the field.
Heading the chasing pack, the young West German Bernhard Langer. This, the 3rd round and his 3rd shot at the par 4, 14th.
Oh, races in for a 3.
But Langer and Mark James were still 5 shots adrift of the American. The Briton would fall away, leaving a 2-horse race on the 4th day. But would Rogers' nerve hold?
Rogers' second shot. 7 iron to this 9th hole, 387 yards. Well, we thought he might be crumbling, and that's his answer.
Still, Langer refused to concede defeat.
An 8 iron to the 12th. Just dropped a stroke at the 11th.
Get in there and hon it. Fight, fight.
But back on target again. Surely must get a birdie here to regain that last stroke. Back to the 14th, and Langer, 3rd shot. Par 5 hole. He's 4 behind again, but look at that. Refusing to give up.
A birdie for Langer, but all in vain. Rogers stood on the 18th tee with a 4-shot cushion and on the threshold of his first major title. But still, not totally satisfied. Up ahead, Langer finished with a level par 70 to secure 2nd place and launch a golfing explosion in West Germany. For Rogers, his greatest battle was just about to begin.
Let the golfer through, come on.
And there he is, he's made it. And in all the excitement, a policeman actually tried to push him back. A huge ovation for James as well, and how well he deserves it. But now it'll be Rogers to play. He's come up short from the rough. This is his 3rd shot. Oh, a lovely feeling to have a 4-shot cushion, and Rogers knows it and is delighted.
James, equal 3rd with Floyd, looks on as Rogers putts for his par.
And that's the way champions finish. A round of 71, 276, 4 under par, and the winner by 4 strokes. Rogers so often a runner-up, but today proving to be a winner.
The 111th Open saw a 22-year-old American destroy the famous links for 2 days. 66 in the first round and going well in the second. His name? Bobby Clampett.
Yes, sir, and that's 11 under par, 133, only 1 stroke off the halfway record set way back in 1934 by Henry Cotton.
But his world turned upside down at the 6th in the 3rd round, floundering to a triple bogey 8. A 5-shot overnight lead reduced to 1. He would eventually finish joint 10th. Price moved into second. Then came Lyle, Smith, and the ever-menacing Watson. But it was Clampett's playing partner, Nick Price, who made the early move.
This a par 4 hole. He's playing 3. Two birdies in 2 holes, and this 25-year-old South African is now 6 under.
Watson matched the challenge.
481 yards, a par 5, and after a glorious drive, we're watching this on television, here's Watson's 3-iron. Well, what a marvellous stroke from Watson.
Up ahead, Peter Oosterhuis was confirming himself as the leading Briton.
And Oosterhuis, who's been coming along unnoticed, suddenly gets a 3, and at the very last gasp, he's round in 70, and a fine total of 3 under par.
By the time Watson reached the final hole, the destiny of the championship seemed to still be firmly in Price's hands.
And Tom must feel that the chance of the championship is gone. Round in 70, 2 under par today, and 4 under for the championship. And that probably won't be good enough, because he's still 2 strokes behind Nick Price.
But little did he know of the calamities awaiting the man from Zimbabwe at the par 4 15th. 2 wild shots into a bunker. This his 4th. 2 more putts, and suddenly he was level with Watson. Another dropped at the 17th, and amazingly he would follow Sandy Lyle down the last, needing a birdie 3 to tie.
Good shot. Bold and strong, but gets some backspin, and he's not out of it yet. But what a moment for this young man. With 1 good long putt, he can get into a playoff with Tom Watson. No, not enough pace. And would you believe it, after all that toing and froing, Tom Watson, almost submerged by well-wishers with his wife at his side, is the champion by a single stroke.
Watson came to Royal Birkdale with 3 titles to his name, all achieved in Scotland. But the early acclaim was accorded to Craig Stadler, a record 64. Britain's Nick Faldo, politely refusing all forms of assistance, produced another of his seemingly annual Open challenges. 6 under after 3 rounds, but it was very tight at the top. The final round, and Faldo with an outside birdie chance at the second.
Dropped a stroke at the first. Oh, well, that'll cheer him up no end, and the smile back on that youthful face.
Now the 4th and Faldo's playing partner, the extrovert American.
2 for Trevino, who takes it all very calmly, but he's back to 5 under par. Now Faldo, also for a 2. Yes! 3 birdies in 3 holes. He's 8 under par and now shares the lead with Tom Watson.
Another making progress, Ray Floyd. But the shot came from a man 2 hours ahead of the leaders.
Throws it high. It's a good-looking shot. Stops a little bit too quickly for perfection. But with Marsh in this mood, that looks like another birdie chance to me.
And so it was. The Australian 7 under, and now in a share of the lead. The official scorers working overtime to keep pace with fluctuations on the leaderboard. Now Marsh had a birdie chance on 18.
Not quite the pace. A round, though, of 64, I'm certain of that. Equaling Stadler's course record set on Thursday, 7 under par, and of course, the leader in the clubhouse. Trevino at the 13th. Well, an eagle 3 at the 13th, and suddenly very much back in the hunt. Also, 6 under par.
And that soon became 7 under. A 5-way share of the lead and a playoff loomed. The giant Andy Bean had other ideas. His second to the par 5, 17th.
Right at it.
Good run.
Hop!
Good shot.
Hop! Sit down!
Oh, what a marvellous shot. And what a chance.
No eagle, but a birdie for the outright lead. Meanwhile, back at the long 13th, Watson's third from a greenside bunker. A certain 4 also goes to 8 under par.
Now Irwin has this for the same score. All the way, so now it's a 3-way tie at 8 under par.
And would his third round air shot prove that costly? Now to the par 4 16th.
He's tied for the lead at 8 under. And that is a majestic stroke. No need to look too hard at that one, Tom. That's super.
Trevino, forced to take a penalty drop at the 17th, now seemed out of contention. This, his 4th shot.
And would you believe it, I do think he's going to escape after all with a par 5.
But a decisive blow was about to be struck 1 hole behind.
Quick putt down the hill. And what a moment to hole a putt like that for a birdie 3. 9 under now, Watson. 1 ahead, just 2 holes to play.
Applause for the gallant Faldo. But once again, the stage was set for Tom Watson. The final hole.
Oh, good balance and rhythm. And he's off after it, and so are they. Oh, supreme, superb. What can you say? Those shots make champions. I hope he gets through safely. Ah, yes, there he is. 33 years of age and on the brink of his first championship victory outside Scotland. His second in successive years and his 5th altogether. A total surpassed only by one man, the great Harry Vardon.
Get it, Paul!
Well, as Harry Vardon used to say, when you've got 2 for it, make sure you use them. A round of 70 and a 9 under par total of 275. A record for a championship at Royal Birkdale and the 3rd lowest winning total ever.
The sun shone at St Andrews, the first of many surprises throughout a week of inspiring golf. A young and little-known Australian, Ian Baker Finch, putted his way to a halfway lead. A second round 66 put him 3 shots clear of the field. But on day 3, a more familiar face was starting his attack on the field.
Oh, well. That bounced over the Swilcan Burn, the little stream running in front of this green, and Watson escapes with a minor miracle at the very first hole.
We all wondered, would Baker Finch crack under the pressures of a major? We found out on the first green.
Crack indeed. Not so. A birdie, 11 under par, and now leads by 4 strokes.
Up ahead, Severiano Ballesteros too was enjoying himself on the greens. So, after 54 holes, Baker Finch and Watson shared the lead, with Ballesteros and Langer just 2 behind. And it was the West German who provided the opening salvo of round 4. A certain birdie for Langer. Now, Baker Finch, his second at the opening hole.
And that has to hurry. Carries the burn, spins back. And that's desperately unlucky. And that's going to be a penalty stroke.
From which he would never recover. His challenge sunk in the swill-curtain bottom. No such drama surrounded Ballesteros. A birdie to his name at the 5th, and this his tee shot at the short 8th. Good enough for another birdie. Now Seve a menacing 11 under par. Watson, meanwhile, who picked up a shot at the 11th, found trouble at the next and was forced to take a penalty drop that would ultimately cost him a stroke.
And his third shot goes scampering to the back of the green.
Seve now also back to 10 under, but both would earn an immediate opportunity to recover.
Watson first. Oh, touche! Would you credit it? 2 putts, 2 birdies, still tied at 11 under par.
With Langer just 2 behind. But it would be the final 2 holes that would sensationally decide the 1984 Open Championship. This, Watson's second shot at the notorious road hole, the 17th.
Oh, disaster for Watson. But Ballesteros, oblivious of Watson's plight, as he walks up the final hole to survey and play his second shot. Seve nips it up beautifully. Oh, a gem of a shot. A chance for a 3. Seve's been having a bit of a lean time of late for him, but surely now he must have a slight scent of victory in his young nostrils.
Back at the 17th,
just a jab and a punch and across the road and skips up the bank, and it could come back off that slope, but not really. And he'll have to hold that putt if he's to stay tied for the lead with Ballesteros. A putt that will swing from right to left. Oh, what ecstasy. A 69. 12 under par. A total of 276. A new record aggregate for an Open Championship on the old course at St Andrews. And it's surely going to make Seve the champion. But we'll have to wait a moment and see. No, it's still in view. And so that's a 5.
and in the space of just seconds, a 2-shot swing. Up on the final green, Langer was preoccupied with securing 3rd spot. A birdie 3, a 71 and a total of 278, 2 behind Ballesteros. Back down the fairway, Watson had to hole his 2nd to tie. It was not meant to be. He would only share 2nd place with the West German. The Open Championship has grown through the years, off the fairway as well as on. The tented village and exhibition hall has expanded at a rate of between 5 and 10% a year. Press interest has soared too, 3 times as many applications in 1989 compared to 1980. The prize money, £200,000 in 1980, £750,000 in 1989. And the crowds have consistently supported the event up and down the country. Nearly 1.5 million spectators paying to watch these 10 glorious years. Over 142,000 paid to watch the 2nd Open of the 80s at Royal St George's, where Christy O'Connor Jr. posted a first round course record equaling 64. But conditions in the Kent coast this July week were never easy, and a 71 in the second round was enough to secure David Graham the lead at 1 under par. He was still in front after 54 holes, tied with Bernard Langer in a day disrupted by wind and storms. Day 4, and for many, things went from bad to worse. But Britain's Sandy Lyle was still playing solid golf, and one man was making significant progress, the bespectacled Tom Kite.
Second shot at the par 5 7th, a 3-iron.
This shot produced a birdie 4, but once again the American's aspirations would be shattered at one hole, this time the 10th. Up ahead at the 18th, another American, the extrovert Payne Stewart, was completing his challenge.
He'll only be 2 over par if this goes in, and looks terrific. Ah, just ran out of steam.
Three over and the leader in the clubhouse, but surely not good enough to stay there. However, scoring was erratic. Pars and bogeys came easier than birdies, but suddenly for Sandy Lyle, an outside chance at 15.
All of 18 yards. Oh, a great effort.
Christy O'Connor Jr. witnessed another birdie opportunity at the 16th.
Wonderful stuff from Sandy Lyle, his second birdie in a row, and is now tied for the lead.
One hole later, and Lyle was leader on his own. Now, a crucial second shot at the final hole.
6-iron. Pulled it a bit. And down the slope. Will it miss the thick rough? Well, it missed some of it, but leaves him a tricky little chip back.
But Langer and Graham were finding scoring difficult too. This is the Australian's bunker shot at the short 16th.
Oh, very well played, but just not enough backspin. Dropped a stroke at the last. Now Langer found a horrid place. He's plugged in right down in the sand. Look at that. Tries to get it in the bank and chase it up the hill. No hope of getting it close.
And now to Sandy Lyle. And crucial that he should get up and down in 2.
Got the club under the ball a bit, and it's not going to make it. Oh, all the way back it comes. Will it roll off the green? Surely not. Oh, dear, dear, dear. This isn't the easiest spot to get down in 2 from. 4th shot from Lyle, up the hill, a bold one. Beautifully done, and that's 4.
O'Connor appeals for calm.
And what a moment for Sandy Lyle. And there it is. A par 70, a total of 282. That's 2 over par.
Graham and Langer both missed par putts on the 16th, and amazingly, Graham finds himself in the greenside bunker at the last, needing to hole out to tie.
No, not enough.
And Langer, this must go in too. Agonizingly close, but it heralded Britain's first Open champion for 16 years. The imposing landmark of the Ailsa course at Turnberry, scene of one of the greatest Opens in 1977, that epic duel between Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus. Nicklaus was making news this time too. So was the champion of 1984, Severiano Ballesteros. The fairways were too narrow, the rough too penalizing, they said. But a menacing blonde figure seemed to disagree.
Beautifully struck second shot. Right to the heart of the green. Well, he's led in 2 majors this year going into the final round, and that's the reason why.
Greg Norman, a second round 63 and a course record. The man chasing him was the Japanese veteran Tomi Nakajima, whose fame emanated from his exploits in the Road Hog bunker at St Andrews in '78. The weather once again reared its ugly head in the third round. Miserable conditions that confounded all. Norman led by 3 from Nakajima, with Brand and Woosnam in contention, but the destiny of this championship was to be all but decided on the first green in the final round. Nakajima's putt for a bogey 5.
This for his 5. And that really is a disastrous start for this very competent and usually brilliant putter Tomi Nakajima. A 6 from the perfect position off the tee. Greg Norman's in trouble here. Not a very good second shot. He's pulled it left of the green, an awkward spot in the bunker. Well, the gods are surely smiling on him today. If he doesn't win this one, well, questions will be asked and letters written to the Times as to why. Even par for the championship. Things going very much his way.
Now his second shot to the par 4, 14th.
Really is very much Greg Norman's day.
And so it was to prove. But money and prestige were at stake, and a high open finish for Gordon Brand. An eagle putt at the par 5, 17th.
He's had them all today, but he's 5 over par, and at this moment, second on his own.
At last, Norman's moment had arrived. So often so close, but his chance would not be squandered this time.
I've always wanted to win a major championship. You all know that, and the media always write about why didn't you win here and why didn't you win there. And you get a monkey on your back, and if the monkey gets on your back by not by yourself, but by people around you, they expect you to win. They know you can win, and all I can say, it was a pleasure to play in front of people who like to see you win.
A great victory for Greg Norman. He's waited a long time. Many doubters wondered whether he would, whether he could do it. He certainly has.
The tranquility of the countryside surrounding Muirfield would be broken first by the golfers, then by a quite violent rainstorm in 1987. Roger Davis was to post a pace-setting course record 64, but all eyes were to focus on the tussle between Paul Azinger, an American playing in the Open for the first time, and Britain's most consistent performer throughout this decade, Nick Faldo. Just one shot separated them after 54 holes. The two were to be locked in a duel for fully 16 holes of the final round.
Drives right down onto the ball, attacking the pin. And a lovely stroke. I think he's far enough back from the bank to be able to play. Oh, and that's a little gem. Good shot from Faldo.
As in 1984, the title would be decided on the last 2 holes. Azinger had found a fairway bunker on the 17th. The first sign of nerves, perhaps? Faldo had posted 17 straight pars. Now he faced the most crucial shot of his career.
One more good, clean, straight hit. Oh, it's going dead straight. And a lovely shot from Faldo. Well, he was asked the ultimate question as to whether his swing would stand up. And my word, how it has stood up to the tremendous pressures. He's now playing his fourth shot to the 71st hole. And a pretty good one. But what tension now as these two battle it out. The 18th green, Faldo for a 3. Oh no, that's too wide. And he's left himself one of those horrid length putts in front of about 40,000 eyes. Oh, what a good effort, but that's a 6. Faldo at the 18th. If he can get this, Azinger needs a 4 to tie. Oh, a smooth stroke. And the relief on his face. The crowd now see that Azinger's dropped a stroke and they're level. A 4 to tie, a birdie 3 to win. Win from the left, he's kept it too far left, he's going to catch trouble. And some cheers and groans, a mixed reception there. Flips it up, and not quite far enough. And still the drama goes on. Oh dear, oh dear. And he's for once left it short. So Azinger finishes 6-5.
The strain and the disappointment showed through so clearly. But after that damning 16-year wait, Britain had uncovered 2 Open champions in the space of 3 years. Royal Lytham 1979, and an eager 22-year-old Spaniard eschewing thrilling adventure, dazzling skill and astounding bravado, winning his first Open crown.
How you doing?
9 years later, and Seve was back. Older, certainly. Wiser, perhaps. But still with that inbuilt determination to add golfing major to golfing major. Foul weather intervened yet again. So the Open finished on a Monday, and the final grouping would comprise 3 faces who'd already left their stamp on the 80s. Nick Faldo, the defending champion. Severiano Ballesteros, the champion of '84.
Nipped that off. Sweet as a nut. Oh, he really does play some wonderfully controlled, magical shot.
And '82's Neely man.
Now Price, 7 under. A quick rhythm, good-looking shot, dead on line, chasing it up, urging it on, bouncing it up. Oh, is it? Will it? Might it? What a shot to play. He's playing tigerish stuff today. Looks as if he's enjoying it as well.
Price was to take a 2-shot lead into the final round that would resemble that classic encounter of '77. Incredibly, Faldo would be totally overshadowed by the pair.
Nick Price at the 7th. Second shot, wind behind. Got to get over that big bank in front. Can run it in. Depends on the bounce. Oh, friendly down the hill. Come, oh, this could be very, very adjacent indeed. What a time to play a stroke like that.
looking very good. Oh.
Could it go in?
An eagle apiece. Price -9, Seve -8. Now the 10th.
Price just off the fairway.
334 yards this 10th hole. Oh, look at this again, a sparkling shot from Price. Putting uphill, easy putt for a 3.
Which he made. Now the Spaniards' birdie attempt at the same hole.
Done it again. Oh, blow after blow rained at Price.
And so it continued. At the 12th, he's found himself right at the back of the green.
Ballesteros putting for a birdie on this par 5, and it's disappeared again. Well, what more can you say? 4 birdies and an eagle in the last 6 holes. That's equivalent of 6 birdies in a row. .342 yards, the 13th hole. Both Price and Ballesteros birdied it yesterday. Both of them now 10 under par. Price first. He's 3 under for today. Good going indeed. And look at this. Well, what can you say? That's no more than 2 or 3 inches from the hole. And, well, Price is close to the hole, Seve's close to Nick Faldo's ball.
And 2 more birdies, both 11 under par. But with the pressure intensifying with every hole, Seve produced a touch of magic at the 16th. Extraordinary. Price could find no answer, and as in '82, it looked a case of so near and yet so far, or so it seemed.
Ooh, and it nestles in the little hollow. Well, he's only 1 ahead. Much can happen here. An awkward lie. Below the level of the green. Flipped up. He's got the pace. Oh, he's got the pace magnificently. And another body blow for this brave battler, Nick Price, who must hold this putt, this long putt, if he's to force a playoff. No, gave it a run, but it wasn't to be. But the master of the moment, Seve, with one of the shortest putts that ever won a championship.
In 1989, the Open returned to Troon, now Royal Troon, and in the history of this famous championship, never had such an outstanding field been assembled. No less than 12 former champions were on parade, including one who had tasted victory here in 1982, and who set out determined to do it again. But Watson would take a back seat to Jersey's unknown Wayne Stevens, who could only win a meager £2,000 in 1988. He would be the one to test the headline writers this first day. Stevens found it harder in the second round, and by the third he was but a fading memory as another Wayne emerged, Grady of Australia.
Well done. Certain birdie fall.
He led for a round and a half. 12 under after 54 holes. Watson, 11 under. But as they pondered their opening drive on the first tee, they were unaware that the great white shark was already wreaking havoc on the course. Birdies on each of the first 6 holes. It seemed that Norman was in an irrepressible mood. More birdies followed. Norman was to return a course record 64, 13 under par for the championship. He would sit, wait, and watch. But Grady started out as if in no mood to relinquish his slender advantage.
Second shot to the first. And he's nervous, he's not showing any sign of it.
Enter Mark Calcavecchia at the 12th.
This is his third shot. Very awkward, he's in the rough, pins near the side of the green. And of course he can't get any backspin from there. Very difficult. Oh, he's knocked it straight in the hole, I don't believe it. Well, if that hadn't hit the pin just where it was, right at the bottom, that would have been 15, 20, 30 feet past, maybe over the green. Well, there are shades of Trevino at Muirfield in 1972. What a moment.
Britain's David Fairty would finish as top home player. Behind him, Calcavecchia, now 12 under, prepared to play his second to the final hole.
Shot of perhaps 150 yards. Oh, look at the bite of the spin on that, and that's going to give him a very good chance for his birdie here at the last. Great shot.
Grady, 14 under, now trapped in a bunker by the 17th green. 2 shot, and a shot dropped, now 13 under, tied with Norman.
Calcavecchia can join them. He gets this. He does. That's 2 birdies in the last 3 holes. He and Norman are in the clubhouse at 13 under, and they can only wait to see what Grady does.
The Australian would make his par and ensure a 3-way playoff over 4 holes. But he knew his real chance was blown. He would not threaten Calcavecchia and Norman again this Open. So, to the first.
Greg Norman. But still 10 or 12 feet to go. He's done it. He's done it. A wonderful putt. Opens with a 3 in the playoff. Goes to 1 under. Grady level.
Calcavecchia level 2, but the American had this outside birdie chance on the second green.
Turning, it's turned. A 3, a birdie, takes him to 1 under, and for the moment level with Norman. But of course, Norman has his putt to go to 2 under. He's done it. He's opened with 2 3s. 2 under par, 1 ahead of Calcavecchia, 2 ahead of Grady.
Now the par 3 17th.
Norman second. Light rough. Oh, he nearly did it again, but it's gone a long way past. That's 15 feet by. Nearly hit the pin, and one feels he was going for everything. Now has this to keep his lead. Oh, it's away, it's gone. Whether he was too bold or whether the ball leapt on him coming out of the rough, whatever it was, he drops a shot and goes back into a tie at 1 under with Calcavecchia.
To the 4th playoff hole, the 18th. Calcavecchia in light rough off the tee. Now Norman not holding back.
Oh, a huge drive right down the fairway. Oh, but it's gone in the one place he really couldn't afford it to go. So Calcavecchia from the right-hand rough.
Stand still, please.
Good lie, good contact. Oh, really tremendous shot. A 3 here about an hour ago, and his second shot almost as close again. With Norman in the bunker, is that the shot that wins the Open Championship?
Norman's bold attempt to make the green fails, the ball trickling into another fairway bunker, from where his third sailed out of bounds together with his open hopes. And yet another unfortunate loss for Norman. The championship belonged to Calcavecchia and he knew it. Commiserations to Grady. Now, 3 putts for the title.
One is enough, a closing 3, and Mark Calcavecchia is the Open champion for 1989.
Norman, second yet again, equal with Grady in one of the most dramatic climaxes to any decade. Calcavecchia's name adorns this famous trophy, engraved alongside 6 other famous winners who've graced the 1980s.